So I'm sitting here outside our amazing Garsington studios, and it just makes me realise what a wonderful time it is to be part of this company, and we have so much to look forward to, not least our 2026 season. And our four titles are the return of Ulysses by Monteverdi with the world-class English concert, and our three titles with the Philharmonia Orchestra. La Traviata, Verdi's incredible opera, a revival of Der Rosenkavalier, and a 21st century classic, The Importance of Being Earnest by Gerald Barry. Bringing Monteverdi back to Garsington is incredibly exciting for us all, because I think many of you will remember that Orfeo a few years ago was one of the most loved productions and most memorable productions that we've ever put on at Garsington. We're using the same team, so it's part of an ongoing trilogy of Monteverdi's greatest works, and we'll be using some of the same aesthetics. You may remember that we shared the stage with the English concert, so that they were part of this community with the protagonists and the actors and the singers, and that will be the same, albeit in a very different production, but we'll have the same kind of aesthetic for Ulysses and the same remarkable team. So John Caird as director, and the magical music making of Lawrence Cummings as our musical director for the production. I think we have also an unrivaled cast. We welcome back Ed Lyon, who was so stunning as the lead role in Orfeo, and he will come back as Ulysses. Making her debut will be Cecilia Hall as Penelope, and there's also this wonderful opportunity to welcome back Claire Lees, who beguiled everybody with her extraordinary interpretation of Susanna in The Marriage of Figaro, and Stuart Jackson, who was such a star hit in The Battered Bride a few years ago. One of the things I love and I'm most passionate about within Garsington Opera are our partnerships and relationships. They're so important for the camaraderie and the future of the company. One of our most important partnerships is with Santa Fe Opera, and our La Traviata production started off at Santa Fe in New Mexico last year and is coming to Garsington in 2026. It's the most beautiful, opulent production, and I think that our members and our audience are going to absolutely love it. And it's also part of a partnership with two extraordinary artists, Louisa Muller and Chris Oram, director and designer, who have made incredible work at Garsington in the past, perhaps not least with their Turn of the Screw a few years ago and Platée by Rameau last couple of years ago. And their production was an unbelievable success in Santa Fe last year, and I'm sure the same will be the case next year. We also, in terms of partnerships and relationships, welcome back two of our most beloved artists who seduced everybody with their performance in L'Elisir d'Amore last year. Madison Leonard, who you remember was our Adina, and Alexei Palchikov, who was our Nemorino. And they're coming back in a much more tragic lovers tryst of Violetta and Alfredo in La Traviata. I can't wait to see this production and be part of it myself. I will be conducting La Traviata, but it's also a wonderful opportunity to welcome one of the brightest stars of the younger generation, Tess Jackson, who will also be conducting two of the performances. Our Der Rosenkavalier of a few years ago has remained in the memory of so many people, but I have to say one thing about that. It was at the end of the pandemic, and so many people were not allowed to come to it because we were part of distancing and reduced audiences. So I'm so delighted to bring back this memorable production to a full house on every night. And it's also a production that was so successful that it's been round the world since it first made its debut at Garsington. It's been to Santa Fe, it's been to Irish National Opera, and we are so thrilled to be welcoming back one of the great directors of our time, Bruno Ravella, and equally brilliant designer, Gary McCann. And it's also a total pleasure to welcome for the first time to Garsington the incredibly talented conductor Finnegan Downey Dear. I think we have a stellar cast, including the opportunity to welcome back to Garsington one of our favourite artists, Soraya Mafi, who will be singing the role of Sophie. Finally, we have The Importance of Being Earnest by Gerald Barry, I absolutely believe it's one of the greatest operas of our time. It was premiered 2010, I think. It deserves to be seen all over the world. What's really unique about it is this is a contemporary piece of music which is not only brilliant and amazing, but uproariously funny, and people are going to have the most unique, hilarious evening. We have a fantastic cast: Jenny France, Sean Boylan, Henry Waddington, to name a few. I will be conducting, and Jack Furness, who has given us so many extraordinary productions, Rusalka, Queen of Spades, will be coming back, and you will leave with a joy in your heart. Can't wait to welcome you to our 2026 season. It's going to be, as we say in Scotland, a belter.